Store your miniatures safely for less than 20 bucks.
Spiky Bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Bear from SpikyBits.com, and today I'm going to show you how you can make your own figure storage cases for like 20 bucks or less. I mean, you can get as extravagant with this thing or as inexpensive as you want, and I think it's a great alternative to basically anything on the market out there today. Now, my buddy LT showed me some of these, turned me on to some of this, and I kind of just picked up the ball and just kind of went crazy with it just because I have so many weird shaped models to store, but also the practical application of transporting them to events and down to the game store as well really kind of comes into play here. And I think this is a great little system. It's kind of do it yourself, but you can kind of have a blast because it's got a little hobby aspect to it too. So let's take a look at that. Well, first off, I definitely want to mention about Table Wars case. Now, I've shown you this here before on the channel. We've showed you a couple of these. I actually own two of these cases. I bought one during their Thanksgiving sale last year. These are great. These will definitely protect your miniatures. You can magnetize stuff to their bottom of their bases here. This is a tray for the Table War case that I've spray painted black, and it's got the tin plates right there. So this will hold any magnetized miniature you want, and it's modular, so you can put your larger like Mortarions, Alariels, and stuff like that. I don't have a good solution for those right now as far as it comes to these other cases, so I'm scouring Amazon right now, hopefully for some of that. But chances are, if you have this Table War case, and I definitely advise, if you can pick one up, they're like 200 bucks. I won't lie to you, they're expensive, but literally those Titans went to Adepticon, driving to Chicago, driving back to North Carolina, and not one bit of damage on any of the models. They didn't even move out of their magnetized trays. However, do you need that to go down to your local game store? No, probably not. These little bins that I'm going to show you here are great, not only for home storage, and they close completely to keep cat hair out of them, but also maybe, I guess, then you could load them up to your Table War case if you need to do some heavy traveling or something like that. Now, granted, you can't fly with probably either of these creations here, so you might want to look at battle foam in that regard. But for ground transportation and driving, I think, which is kind of my thing, I think these are both really great solutions. So today we're going to show you the inexpensive versions that you can pick up at your local Hobby Lobbies, Michael's Crafts, and Lowe's, or any home improvement store out there that, as far as I've come across so far. So we're going to jump over to our official Amazon store, and like it says, we do earn money from the storefront. It's an affiliate type of thing right there. So disclaimer aside, there's a lot of great resources in here. Now, yeah, you can buy the stuff from Amazon, which is great. It saves you time. It saves you sometimes, in some cases, money. It's Prime days right now. Some of this stuff has been on sale. Some of it's been going off sale. But don't get it twisted. You can go down to your Walmart. You can go down to your Hobby Lobbies, your Michael's Crafts, your Lowe's Home Improvement here in my town. We don't have the Home Depot, but I like Home Depot just fine as well. Jumping into the figure storage, I'm going to show you what to look for. I'm going to tell you where I've seen these products, but also they're available here on Amazon. And then we're going to talk about how to set up your cases. It's very, very easy. It's super simplistic, and it kind of requires a couple of different products here and there. But overall, if you pick them all up, they all just kind of work together. So like I said, less than 20 bucks for a lot of these army containers, which is pretty good. So first up, let me show you this one, because I have my whole Chaos Demon army for the most part in one of these. It's a really great little nifty thing. It's made for scrapbooking. It comes with like 6 of these drawers. I'm going to show one of them to you today. It's about 50 bucks right now. But let me tell you what, this thing will hold quite a bit of miniatures, which I'm going to show you. However, you're going to have to do a little hobbying on it to get them to stick, to get them to magnetize to the bottom trays there, which is not a big deal. The easiest way to do that, which I found, is you can pick up these metal trays right off Amazon Prime. Right here, they're cut in 1 inch by 1 inch squares, or you can go down to Lowe's or your home improvement, go into HVAC section, ask them for some ducting tin. You can get a big sheet of it, 2x4 sheets, for like $6. You're gonna need some tin snips, but just measure out your dimensions and everything like that, and then just cut it down, and with a little double-sided tape, you can attach it to your containers, which I'm about to show you here, the practical application of these. Also, another good thing, made by the same people that make this this scrapbooking tray section thing over here, is a larger bin of this. Now, this won't fit your Mortarions and your Magnuses and your Alariels and your Knights, but what it will fit is pretty much everything else out there. I've gotten quite a bit to fit in here, which I'm about to show you. I have one of these filled up with various size miniatures, and you'd be really surprised what you can fit in here. You can use this plate, but it is 14 inches wide, so it's better to cut your own tin right there. Now, for hobbying on the go, that's going to be a completely different video, I hope, at some point. And these cases too, you can also add these tin to this and have some little project boxes. I actually have a shelf over in the corner of the room that's pretty much all of these boxes with tin at the bottom and magnetized miniatures. So I can just take one, I can go, I can hobby on it, I can come back and write myself little notes of what I worked on, I'll put it on there. And when I get bored of painting gold, I paint Deathcore. And when I get bored of painting Deathcore, I paint Titans. And when I get bored of that, I'm usually back to painting gold or painting something for some other video or something like that. But it's fun, it's a blast, and I'm not eating the same dog food all the time, so to speak. So this is where you can find them. We'll put a link to this in the description and also in the comments field. And then there's a bunch of other stuff you can look through if you got time. There's hobby table supplies, some of the stuff that we have over here that we've shown you in the past, and all that other stuff in here. And yes, we do get a little bit, some nickels and some dimes here and there if you do purchase off of this this little store thing right here. Amazon says I have to tell you that, so I am. So here's our first victim right here. This is the larger case. I think it was $8 at the time that I just showed you. I mean, it's big. Look at it. Reference to my stupid face and my stupid hands right here. Like I said, I believe it's 14 inches wide. This thing is cavernous. 16 inches wide. I'm a big fibber. I'm a big liar that lies. So it's 16 inches wide. But maybe more importantly is its length right here, which is approximately 5, almost 6 inches right here. So you can fit a lot of miniatures in here and actually protect them. Now, I went ahead and cut down a piece of tin and put it in here. We attached it with double-sided tape. Just quick note, make sure you use tin. It's ferrous. Don't get aluminum. Aluminum is not ferrous. While it is a space-age metal and we use it all over the place, don't use that. It will not help you in the hobby right here. So this is our shell. This lets us do all sorts of cool things. Like, for instance, you would be shocked to know that, or maybe not shocked to know, maybe you already know, if you like these Sable Transport Army foam trays that a lot of folks have, they fit 2 of these next to each other inside of this as well. And shockingly, the standard battle foam tray also fits in here. A little added bonus right there. So I've got 2 levels of foam, and believe it or not, it could actually fit probably another small foam tray in there if I so desired it. So that's a little kind of neat little bonus. You can also fit GW lids with little bubble wrap in here as well. If you just got some project stuff or you're just throwing some stuff in a lid, boom, there you go. It might move around a little bit, but just to kind of temporarily store it and get it down to the game store, well, that's a good option as well. So what can you fit in one of these bad boys? Well, actually a lot, and it's pretty cool what you can fit in here. So here you can see the new hotness, the Caladius grav tanks for the Custodes. I've got these all magnetized up, and I didn't realize that they would kind of turn on their pivot, so that's okay. This one just kind of hits the plastic right there, but I need to be a little careful with that. But as far as, hey, will this stuff actually slide and move around? The answer is no, not really. It will pivot just like you saw right there, but check that out. When you use magnets, and the best magnets I found to use for this stuff, it also is on that store in that same section. There's magnetized sheets of refrigerator magnets, and that's all I did, folks. Besides using the normal standard magnets from Magnet Baron, I just used some fridge magnets and just cut them out and put them on the bottom of this. So it's great to cut them out for the larger sized stuff like this, like these Caladius. But for standardized stuff, Squad Marks actually already sells them pre-cut for very, very, very little monies. I think you get 20 of these, 40 millimeters for like, I want to say it's like $2 over at Squad Marks. I'll put them in the comments below as well so you can check them out. But as far as depth goes, check this. So we've got, of course it's going to turn. We've got some pretty tall models. Normally I wouldn't care but these things are pivoting, so I would just move it very easily. we've got some pretty tall models in here. There you can see we've got two of the Contemptor Dreadnoughts of Baxilla, the Assassin, and Valoris himself, and they still got plenty of room inside of this. Now I have a Chaos Knight right here too that we did an unboxing for, and it comes right up to the top of this. So if it didn't have a carapace, believe it or not, it might actually fit in, or if it didn't have a carapace mounted weapon, it might actually fit in here, but not with all the spikes and things on top of it, however, which might be actually pretty good to store your knights and then have all their magnetized options underneath it. If you don't like the look of the sheet metal here, you can always use some Krylon kind of outdoor furniture or metal paint. It'll bond to this, and over time it'll chip up, but for the most part it'll stay pretty solid and you won't have to worry about any of that. So you can kind of see how much stuff and how deep of things. Also, Warlord Titans for a Titanicus will fit in here completely and you won't have to worry about. But the one thing I do want to warn you is this kind of bows in a little bit. So if you have something close to the top, be aware that, you know, as you put something on top, it may kind of recess and contact it right there. So be careful, don't load it all the way up to the top. Now for unit storage, the ones I show you that come in their own case are amazing, and we also just kind of previewed this in the intro. So this is the one, this is the tray, the scrapbooking drawer that comes in its own kind of container. I think you get 6 of these for, I think it was 40 or 50 bucks. But once you put the square 12 by 12 steel plate in here, you can fit a whole lot of miniatures. This is a 2,000 point army's worth of infantry right here. Got some Smash Captains, some Assassin sideboards, all of my mortars, 40 guardsmen with sergeants, some company commanders, some psychers, astropaths, primaris, whatever, and those camo cloak little scouts that we did earlier in a camo cloak tutorial. So pretty much all of my miniatures are fitting in this because they are a much better solution at this depth right here. Now this is only about 3 inches, so they will for the most part hold quite a bit, believe it or not. Yeah, it's about 3 inches. So for the most part, a lot of infantry in here, but no banners or anything crazy like that as far as that goes. So these are great because you can get your small infantry squads and infantry army and deployments and just kind of store your stuff in this, and you don't have to worry, you know, about it sliding around or anything like that once you put the magnets or the magnet little stickers on here. Had to cut those 60 mils out, but the rest of these I just got from Squad Marks and stuck them right on there. Now anything that's a G-dub base, just use a what is this, 5/16 inch magnet right here, and they will actually, believe it or not, once they get close enough, they won't barrel monkeys unless you lay them down on the table. But with the gaps and everything, it actually works out quite well, and they don't bounce around, but they do hold very good on there. And then even resin bases, those work great. And my Assassins are just using the 5/16 inch magnet right there as well. So for the most part, it's very easy to put them together, and your overall costs or what you end up being into these for is well under $20 a container for sure. So whichever case you decide to go with, or a combination of both like I do, you're gonna get this done with a little work for pennies on the dollar what you would pay for a finished product in the hobby there. So I hope you like this one. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.